Hey, hey. How y'all doing? It's getting cold a little bit again, but it's not so cold. And I'm getting more used to it, so I'm doing alright. Oh, make sure I don't have this microphone off. Okay. Pretty sure it's on. Microphone on. Microphone on. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos about self differentiation, which is a big no in the narcissist abuse system. You're not allowed to be different than them. And toxic people in general are like this. You're not allowed to be different from them. And also choosing your friends wisely. Um, Basically, what they do is our narcissist families, mine sure did, trained me to overlook, minimize, and excuse shitty, toxic behavior. Okay? And this plagued me all my life. I would let people choose me. I don't let people choose me anymore. I choose them. Or at least try to build a cooperative thing, instead of, oh, you. Jerry Wise was saying that he used to work in prisons, and he said all the toxic types already know and can already read you when you walk into a room. And when you're not taking care of yourself, it's like a broadcast for these people, or whatever the hell they are, these reptiles. And so they know immediately that you're vulnerable, and they're going to use your vulnerabilities against you. And that's why my family freaking trained me to overlook shitty, toxic behavior, minimize it, and just put up with it and not take care of myself. Okay? That being said, I also choose my friends now. There was one of my friends who I thought was a decent friend from years ago. And just a side note about her, she's a beautiful chick, red haired, green eyed. I won't say her name to protect her privacy. She's a little bit older than me. And she actually is she's a biker. She's a beautiful biker chick. And she's been riding motorcycles all of her life, though, so it's nothing to her. She not afraid of Harley. Harley afraid of her. Okay? So, I've been learning how to motorcycle and stuff, but I'm more afraid of the Harley. But she not afraid of Harley. Harley afraid of her. So she's that kind of girl. But she never infantilized me or treated me like she was my mother, or I was on a power trip like that. She just always had good boundaries. And she gave me some advice back when I was she gave me this advice in the late 90s. And she said, I give people 2 red flags. That's it. 2 red flags. And I was like, shit. And for years, I found out after she told me that I was giving people 5 red flags, 10 red flags, 15 red flags, 20 red flags. But that's okay, because toxic behavior is just minimized and okay. They didn't mean to do it, and making excuses for them and all this shit. Friendships, sexual crap, what the fuck ever. Me just sitting there making excuses for these fucks because that's the way I was trained. All right, this shit, I've finally gotten down to 2 red flags. Do you know? I mean, I know this sounds pathetic to some people who are over this, but that took me a couple of decades to stop giving people 10 red flags. I give them 2 now. Because after you see 2, you see the rest start flying. So recently, there was a friend that I met in my new location who, a female friend, who is toxic. And she doesn't have just 2 red flags on her. She's got 5, and she's cruising for 6 or 7 now. And my friend who told me about the red flags, by the way, also, her life has gone so much better since she's started doing that. She just kicks all the assholes out of her life, and her life is so much better. So, but she gets some flack for it, but who the fuck cares? Who's going to take care of you if you don't? But anyway, this chick who I thought was a friend, whatever, I met, she's got like 6 or 7 red flags now. And I bet she spotted me, you know? I bet she spotted my vulnerability. All right? So, and now she's like friends with the neighbor because she's a driver, and she drove me after I got my car repoed. And it was very kind of her, sure. But, you know, this is toxic behavior. He came over and he handed me a couple of leather purses and said, "Oh, somebody gave me these." She's also trying to put her stuff in my house. It's always about the stuff. I don't want her purse. I realized, like a couple days later, oh, wait, that's her again. Because I told her to jump off a cliff because she's toxic as fuck. And I'm not letting these people in my life. And now she's buddying up with the neighbor. I don't know if she's a narcissist. I don't give a fuck. She's got way more than 2 red flags on her. Okay? No more red flags. It's enough. No, so she's buddied up with the neighbor to try to keep an eye on me and everybody checking out my new motorcycle and shit. And, like, I'm not bragging about my motorcycle. I don't want the evil eye on me. I don't want to arouse all this envy and shit. So, no. But, no, she's over here hanging with him, and I just realized those purses he gave me are hers. Because she's a line stepper, and she doesn't like it that I have erected a boundary and decided, fuck you, I'm not going to be your fucking friend. You're going to respect my boundary, whether you like it or not, because I see way more than 2 red flags on her toxic fucking behavior. And I'm not going to have friends like this. I'm just not going to do it. They end up costing me so much in the end. And they end up decimating what I'm trying to build for myself. Real people don't do this. On a positive note, I have gotten a couple jobs. One of them being in my field, in the main thing that I do. And I am working for a great place. These ladies are awesome, and I love them. They're just fabulous. They're not a bunch of backbiting bitches. I got into a really great place. I'm so grateful. Oh my goodness. And also I'm working for a company that does ghost tours. So I'm actually doing ghost tours. And I got to do my first one last night. It was pretty fun. So, yeah, I don't want to tell you too much about where I am, but we have ghost tours here. Because I've been able to see them since I was a child. Just like my granny. So, anyway, that's a good note, but I'm not going to freaking sit there. Now, the people I'm working for are just A+. All of them are A+. So far, oh my gosh, so great. I'm so glad. So grateful. Now, but this crap, remember, think about how long that took me to get down to 2 red flags. How many chances do you give these toxic fucks before you have to find out the hard way that they're toxic as fuck, psychopath, narcissist, borderline, whatever it is. Whatever you want to call it. Who cares? You don't want to have to find out because they're certainly not going to go into therapy, y'all. They're not going to do it. Anyway, I wanted to make a video about this because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm getting to choose these people now. And, oh boy, did I get some resistance about creating a real boundary and saying, nope. Tisk tisk, not going to be friends with people like this. I don't care what they. I don't want your stuff. And of course, she wants some of my personal belongings in return, I'm sure. But it's all about that stuff. And and this has been on so many channels about toxic types, narcissists, whatever, trying to, like, you're trying to redecorate the bathroom and you happen to mention it to them, and they'll go out and spare no expense to put all their shit in your fucking bathroom. And it's like, I don't want your shit in my bathroom. I don't want your shit in my house at all. Take your shit and shove it up your fucking ass. Yeah, this is. They don't want you to even pick your own shit, so that your house is now filled with their garbage. Because most of them are hoarders. Most of them are hoarders. It's all about that stuff. And of course, they want to switch around for your stuff. So I wanted to talk about this because I'm allowed and I'm doing it to choose my own surroundings and who I hang out with. And people who have more than 2 red flags on them, forget it. I love the honey badger. I love her. I love her. I absolutely adore her. And I'm going to defend her to the fucking death. Have a great day, you guys.